Welcome to True Lies Scandals. Prince Harry released his memoir Spare, and he did an excellent job at escalating the rift between himself and the royal family. Details of King Charles's upcoming coronation in May have also been released. Where does Harry fit into all of this? Should Prince Harry be stripped of his title is a burning question. Stripping the wayward prince is a current subject of conversations among the British people, lawmakers, and supporters of the monarchy. The outspoken Tory Bob Seeley is said to be working on legislation which could see Harry's dukedom downgraded in the same way German royals were stripped of their titles during the First World War, and that's according to a report by Birmingham Live. While you stay tuned for the details, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. It is free. Hit the bell icon to get instant updates. Donations are accepted if you like the content and want to show your support. As always, like, comment, and share the content as you see fit. Thank you. Muchas gracias. Merci. Alrighty, what have we got here? Supporters of King Charles are growing increasingly wary over the fact that he seems to be taking the path of least resistance when it comes to dealing with his wayward son, Prince Harry. Harry recently published his memoir, Spare. In the book, Harry laid to bear his strained relationship with his father, the king, exposed sibling rivalry between him and his brother, Prince William, and revealed private details of the rivalry between Duchess Meghan and Princess Kate. Reports are that the king and William are livid. Who would it be? Nobody likes their family members going into the public and revealing very private family matters. Yet Harry remains the Duke of Sussex. So, will the king keep taking the easy way out? Will he continue to sit on the fence and just wait for the storm to pass? Should he make a firm decision on Harry and either invite him back to the royal fold or strip him and be done with it? It's a toss-up. Some say yes and others say no. Of course, Harry has a band of supporters and those on the other side who see him as a royal disgrace. Recent news reports suggest the palace is planning peace talks with Harry, Meghan, Charles, William, and Kate. While we wait to see if the family will meet to hash out their grievances, Harry continues to permanently lambaste his family in the pages of his new book, Spare. Royal commentator and broadcaster Raf Munku doesn't see how a peace talk and reconciliation can take place before the king's coronation in May. Munku asks, how can the royal family trust Harry? Again, Harry said he cut out parts of the book Spare that can damage the monarchy to the point where they won't forgive him. Munku says, it seems as if Harry is blackmailing the royal family. Engage with me, apologize and reconcile or else. He also demanded the royal family apologize to him and Meghan. Speaking of possible peace meeting with the royal family, he asked the question, how can you have a meeting of minds on an equal level when you're dealing with someone who's convinced that they're actually right? Luckily for the Duke of Sussex, as far as stripping his title goes, the procedure isn't as easy as it sounds. Ken Wharf, the former bodyguard to Princess Diana, William, and Harry, said he thinks that is highly unlikely because Harry is a prince and was born a prince. His father and brother would be disappointed with what was said in the book and on Netflix and wherever else Prince Harry may say things, personal and private things about the family members and accuse them of being racist or whatever else. Where feels this will fade away and the king will find a way of moving forward. The former Princess Diana bodyguard was at the time speaking during an interview with GBN News. Let's hope Wharf is right about that. However, based on what I understand, they can't strip him of being a prince. That's his birthright. But he can be stripped of his dukedom. Several polls show more than 50% of Brits are in favor of stripping Harry's title. That would be the HRH, right? His Royal Highness title. And perhaps the dukedom as well. I think it's attached, it's affiliated. His popularity also sunk to an all-time low. A few royal commentators say he's now less popular than his disgraced uncle, Prince Andrew, who has been sidelined by the royal family due to a scandal involving a sexual abuse allegation which stemmed from his affiliation with billionaire Jeffrey Epstein, who's now deceased. A recently conducted YouGov poll ranked Harry below Prince Harry. Interestingly, that did not prevent Harry's memoir from becoming the fastest-selling nonfiction book of all time, selling approximately 1.4 million copies on its release date. While Harry is basking in his recent success, senior British members of the Parliament have demanded Harry be stripped. If it were up to Parliament alone, that may very well happen, but it's not that easy. What does it take for a royal family member to lose their title? It seems the power to strip Harry and Meghan lies in the hands of the Privy Council. First, there needs to be legislation passed in Parliament, and the Privy Council has to approve the intention to strip. MP Tory is expected to propose a member's bill to try and amend the 1917 Titles Deprivation Act. Tory, along with other members of Parliament who signed the bill, will need the government's support for the bill to pass through Parliament. If the bill is passed, the MPs can then vote on a resolution which would give the Privy Council the power to reduce Harry and Meghan's royal status. Can Charles stop this from happening? I learned that Charles needs to give consent also, but I'm not sure if the Privy Council can override him if he declines to strip his son. Speaking of stripping titles, Prince Andrew could have his Duke of York title stripped as well. According to the Guardian News online, Labour MP Rachel Maskell already has a bill going through Parliament that would give the monarch new powers to remove titles or a committee of Parliament to determine that a title should be taken away. She previously said that her constituents made it clear to her that they wanted the Duke of York's title to be removed. For now, whether Harry and Meghan will be stripped or not is anyone's guess. MP Tory Seeley told The Sun, "They seem to hate the institution of the royal family, but seem perfectly happy to use its titles. Don't use the titles to trash the institution. Harry is not behaving with any dignity whatsoever in all of this." Seeley told BBC if he hates the institution so much, why doesn't he set an example and become Mr. Windsor to trade on titles while at the same time trashing the royal family? The whole thing is sad and desperate. What are your thoughts on the matter, guys? Look, we all need our family, no matter how terrible they are or how much we resent them. Of course, I'm by no means supporting the way Harry has gone about recounting every gory detail about his life and digging into very private family matters on global television. Do that behind closed doors. Personally, I think he's doing too much. He's gone into overdrive. He's gone into overkill. You may hold a different opinion, and that's okay. Here's the thing. Yes, Harry is angry. He has many bones of contention with his family. For one, he wants to avenge his mother's death, since he believes his family was a part of a conspiracy to kill Princess Diana. It could be true. It could be a lie. It could be Harry is experiencing paranoia related to the trauma of his mother's tragic death. Harry also wants to avenge the wrongs he claims his wife, Meghan, endured because of her racial background when she was living in the royal family household. What I'm not sure of is whether Harry actually weighed the pros and cons of his revelations in the Netflix docuseries and Spare. Has he considered the backlash for calling his family members racist and accusing them of abusing Meghan? Regardless of it, his claims are, well, regardless of whether his claims are true or not, how does a public whipping of his family solve anything? He risks losing them for good. Harry, how could you trash them over and over again in the same breath and ask for reconciliation? I just don't get it. Make it make sense. It's like a love-hate relationship, a toxic relationship of come here, go away. I love you, Pa. I love you, William. I hate you, Pa. I hate you, William. Harry also dislikes himself for being born the spare. As you and I are aware, there are multiple reasons the king might allow Harry to keep his Duke of Sussex title and his Royal Highness title. For one, it's his son. The king has been described by those close to him as a caring and loving father. Number two, he might want to enjoy a relationship with his two grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet, and will therefore keep the door open for reconciliation. Reports are that Charles wants the couple to attend the coronation in May, but we have to wait and see what will happen if Harry keeps his title. He'll continue to use it as a financial trading tool to make millions, if not billions of dollars. Here's what Niall Gardner, foreign policy analyst and contributor for The Telegraph, posted on Twitter. We should be under no illusions regarding the nefarious Harry and Meghan agenda. Becoming super rich through their royal titles is their immediate goal, but their long-term aim is to inflict maximum damage on the royal family. They are heavily driven by narcissism, hate, and vengeance. Take the title Duke of Sussex away and he'll just be Prince Harry. He may still have his loyal supporters, but will the media who's giving him airtime at the moment give a damn about him when he loses his royal title? That said, Harry wants an apology from the royal family for Meghan. He says he knows what they did, and they know what they did. I mean, seriously? Seriously, Harry? Why does this sound like a schoolyard fight and tattletelling? Will the family bridge the don't complain, don't explain motto and give in to the royal spare's demands? We're yet to see. So far, the royal family has remained mute. They are saying nothing. They ghosted Harry and Meghan, pretty much. They have gone no contact. And no contact is a good strategy when you're dealing with malignant narcissists. And both Harry and Meghan especially, has been labeled as a narcissist. You can check out my video on Does Meghan Markle Have These 9 Narcissist Traits when you're through with this particular podcast. The fact of the matter is that Prince Harry is a spare and now 5th in line to the British throne. He isn't a cornerstone of the monarchy. It can stand up and thrive without him. Why should the royal family give in to the threats, the demands, and the blackmail coming from this petty, two-timing, self-entitled brat? Harry will have to outlive Prince William and his children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, to become relevant. Nigel Paul Farage, a British broadcaster and former leader of the UK Independence Party, sums up his thoughts on whether an apology or reconciliation should take place. He said any thought of peace talks ahead of this coronation would be, in my opinion, a terrible mistake. Better to act decisively now, from the kind to strike these people out for what they are. Otherwise, the more you give in, the more they will attack. Farage feels this is the way Harry and Meghan will behave in light of dismissing Jeremy Clarkson's apology for his distasteful article in the Sun News column. Farage sent this warning to the monarch. King Charles, do not parley for peace with these people. Do not even consider bringing them to the coronation, allowing them in. They want you finished. No apologies will ever do. If he wants to write another book, let him write that book. These are not reasonable human beings. Farage, who was at the time speaking during a broadcast on GBN, isn't the only person siding with the royal family. Niall Gardiner of The Telegraph posted this on Twitter saying, "The best response for the king royal family is to completely cut out Harry and Meghan, deny them any association with the British monarchy, have them stripped of their titles, and ensure they are isolated voices in exile in California. The US will increasingly lose interest in them too." I look forward to your comments in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. It's free. Also follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you for listening. Be safe and see you next time on True Lies Scandals.